Took a train back before the beach. Enough times. The worries are so out of reach. In our minds. Evening fell and melted into sand. In our hands. In our hands.
This footage was taken with this tiny camera, alone, by myself. Quite impressive, right? Guys, perhaps you might have noticed that quite recently I started using a new action camera to make my tours and motorbike rides more exciting and entertaining. Everything to make you happier, yeah. And some of you began to ask me what kind of camera is this. Well, today's video is about it. It is Insta360 OneX2. The team of Insta360 has sent me a new camera, a bunch of accessories, poles and mounts, so that I could test this camera on my trips and share my thoughts on how good and useful it can be for filming travel videos and motorbike tours. And I want to be honest, I've seen a bunch of clips made with Insta360 cameras for the past couple of years, but all those Little Planet videos were confusing me a lot, which is why I was quite skeptical about getting such camera for myself. However, three major features of OneX2 has changed my point of view: fantastic stabilization, impossible crazy perspectives, and magic invisible stick. And in today's quick video I'm gonna tell you about Insta360 OneX2, what I like, what I don't like, what kind of camera it is, and why I have decided to include it into my filming gear. So what is this camera? For example, GoPro or any other classic action camera has one lens and one sensor inside, which allows you to capture everything located in front of the camera. But Insta360 OneX2 has two lenses and two sensors, and they can capture everything they see in this extremely wide field of view, and then stitch these two pictures together, transforming it into a sphere. So you can just scroll this sphere on your computer or smartphone and pick the parts and angles you'd like to use. And the magic is, these two lenses slightly overcover each other, plus Insta360 has a special software, which is why this tiny gap between lenses disappears, just like the selfie stick, which is why it is called invisible. And I had a few weeks of testing it to get used to this camera, because it works much different than a regular action camera. It's not the GoPro when you always have to worry about where to mount this camera and what's gonna be seen in your frame. Insta360 is much simpler. You just need to mount it and enjoy the ride, and the camera will capture everything around you. It literally records everything, all those things you can't see with your eyes, unless you've arrived from another planet and you have couple eyes on your back. And if a classic action camera captures only one point of view, one frame, Insta360 provides you with several points of view at the same time, so you'll never miss anything. And that saves a lot of your time recording more interesting and entertaining footage. OneX2 is also waterproof. You just need to double check that all pores are tightly sealed before you dive camera into the water. And it should be good enough to use when you are swimming in the pool or snorkeling in the sea. But I haven't tested the waterproofness yet, except riding on the boat where I had not that many splashes. I just didn't want to destroy this camera before this video is completed. But hold on, I think we can test it underwater right now. Yeah, still working. And I've been using OneX2 in various conditions. It works great in the harsh sunlight, when the temperature is around 40 degrees Celsius. It has an excellent battery life, which provides a runtime of up to 80 minutes recording 5.7K footage. And also, I have found out it has a really great build quality. Check this out. Yeah, this is what might happen when you mount a camera on a long pole attached to your backpack, but don't pay attention to the wind. However, the camera has survived and I continued filming with it. I got only a couple scratches on the lens, which sometimes can be seen, but just slightly. And I can't even imagine what would have happened with my main camera if it would have fallen with such height. So crash test was passed successfully. However, it is better to be more careful with these lenses, or at least more careful than me. They also have this rubber lens cap and a special soft case to protect camera from scratches. So anytime when you are not actually recording, it's better to put the cap on to protect these magic lenses, as they really do magic. Insta360 have editing apps for computer and smartphones, so creating epic content for Instagram and TikTok has become much simpler. However, if you want to get higher quality footage, it's better to use desktop version of the app, as it provides better export settings. So let me show you my favorite angles that I tried on my motorcycle and which I can recommend. The most stunning footage is achievable while using Insta360 invisible stick, and the further you extend the stick, the better perspective you can get. However, there is another side of the coin. If you ride on a bumpy road, then the stick starts wobbling and it creates funny shaky effect, which I didn't really like. But on a smooth road out of busy city, it performs the best. And here is another angle I like, which gives quite epic look to the motorcycle. And I honestly don't think there is any other camera on the market that allows you to be so creative. The extended selfie stick, which length is 3 meters, seems to be too much from the first sight. But it allows to achieve a drone view angle, which helps a lot in places when you are not allowed to fly a drone or if you are filming on your own. And OneX2 is not just a camera for bikers. It's an amazing camera that you can take with you on hike without overloading your backpack. It's an excellent camera that you can take with you on a trip and capture the most spectacular memories which you can instantly share on social media. But also there are things I didn't like about this camera. Unfortunately, the microphone is not that good. Perhaps newer models in the future will get better sound recording systems, at least I hope so. However, for now, I wouldn't say it is a great vlogging camera. And this is how internal microphone sounds like. Currently we're somewhere in the center of Bangkok. You see this fantastic, crazy landscape. Love this view. Somewhere at the 44. Can you hear the sirens? By the way, do you know what kind of fruit is this? I think I gotta try it someday. And another thing I didn't like is the quality of the video. Yes, it records 5.7K video, which you can see is a sphere. But once you start zooming in, the video becomes grainy. Which is why I'd recommend using selfie sticks to get wider field of view, edit footage with minimal cropping, and use the computer version of the app rather than the smartphones. At the end I can say Insta360 OneX2 is easy and fun to use camera that gives pretty decent image quality with absolutely fantastic angles. Sometimes it's even hard to believe such footage can be done without an extra operator or a team. It is absolutely perfect for creating content on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Easy to film, easy to edit, easy to carry in a pocket. And the reason why I'm gonna take it on all my trips is because of the size. Oh yeah babe, size really matters. Because I can take this camera and this selfie stick, put it into my backpack and just leave it there. And once the opportunity arises, just get the shot I simply cannot get with any other camera. So I'd like to thank the team of Insta360 and especially Dio for sending me a new camera and all of the accessories. And if you guys want to know more about Insta360 OneX2 or order one for yourself, you can check the link in this video description. All information is always in the video description. The link is down below. Hope this video was useful. Write your questions in the comments and I'll see you in the next video pretty soon. Bye bye.